Capricorn. I'm here to get you some messages from Spirit so we can see what the path work you have before you entails for you, stepping into a more expansive future, and how you can do so with the greatest ease and in alignment with your purpose. We're going to dive right into it. This is for any significant Capricorn placement: Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, prominent 10th house placement, or if you have Cancer Rising, that would make you a Capricorn Descendant, and you might find a lot of resonance with these messages. I don't know why I never mentioned Jupiter either, so let's bring Jupiter in. Jupiter makes everything bigger. So if you have a Capricorn Jupiter, this might be very pertinent for you as well, okay? That's just coming in. Ooh, I mean, a lot of people are getting this one, okay? And I've been shuffling these very thoroughly. This is the Beatitude of Sacred Rapture. So I feel like you're in this place where you're really finding a balance within yourself. And it's starting to feel really good. You might have really been in a position where you've had some challenges in romantic relationships, and you've really been learning to come to a place of balance and love within yourself, and sort of measuring out like how much of the active force you use, the masculine force you use to give out to others, and how much you reserve for the feminine to give back to yourself so that you can receive. I'm really feeling like this is an energetic balance. You might have had connections in the past where you felt like you did the majority of the giving, and you're starting to open yourself up to be more receptive to allowing yourself to receive from others. Like God, okay? So this is beautiful. I think you're doing a lot of integrative healing work, and you're starting to come to understand some things about your relationship in the process. I say relationships, so some of you, this might actively have to do with the relationship you're currently in. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship either. It can be just your relationships in general. But I feel this was sort of highlighted for you through either a difficult relationship challenge you faced, or your relationship history, the ending of a relationship. Yes, release the dark wound, let love in. So I feel like you're just about on the other side of this. I think that you had to move through some difficult stuff. I think that you did move through some trauma, and you did a lot of integrative healing work. But I feel like you're ready to get back in there. 3:33 on the clock, okay? You might have even had some help in this process. Some of you have gone through counseling, or you just have a really good support circle around you. 3:44 on the clock. I feel like there's a little synchronicity coming in here. There's like, it's sort of like fate is pulling some strings in your favor. I think that you're about to have an opportunity to get back into the flow of your love life, So if you've been working out something with a particular person, I think that you're getting to the other side of these challenges, and where you released a relationship or you've been single for a while, I feel like not for long. I think you're about to like head back into the dating pool again, and there might be a very special meeting about to occur here. Are you connecting with the Sagittarius? I just did this read for Sagittarius, and they have this too. So you might know a Sagittarius. It's possible, okay? Maybe you got a Sag coming your way. But we do see this: relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So I think that, in the past, maybe you gave away your power too much. You let other people, ooh, look at that. Just as I said that, what is going on here? That light started to dim. Interesting. That happened in another read too. What read did that happen in? So when I did tonight, I'll pin it in the comments when I find out, okay? Because I know that happened in another read tonight. Was it in Virgos? Or was it in Leos? You could have been dealing with a Leo. I think it was Leo's read, okay? So there's something here that you're letting go of, that you're releasing, that kind of kept you in the dark for too long. I feel, oh, Ted said yes. Like, I feel like you had to kind of like put your own needs, your own desires, your own wants in the background while you let other people, you know, have what they needed met, you know. And I think that you're starting to redress this balance. Yes, look at this vulva of cedar. Okay, so I do feel like you've cleansed away some energy that was just sort of siphoning your power. And now you're really coming into that place of inner sovereignty. You're listening to your heart. You're listening to what you need. You're responding to your needs. You're giving yourself more space for nurturing. And I also feel like you're being nurtured by spirit too. I feel like as you start to come more into balance within yourself and you really get rooted in your power, you're feeling a deeper connection with your soul. And there's something about your spiritual growth process is really nurturing you at this time too. So you might have really been enjoying just having time to sort of focus on yourself, nurture yourself, tend to yourself, put your needs first. It's really beautiful when you can get to a place where you really enjoy your own company. But I feel like it has everything to do with redressing a certain balance in your life where you were giving out too much and nothing was pouring back in. And now you feel like the connections you're forming, the activities you're engaged in, the direction you're heading in, it is more rewarding and fulfilling for you. Like you're being put in the mainframe now, which is nice. Now, this has the Pathfinder on the cover art on the back here, and it nearly slid off and I caught it. So I feel like this is something that nearly slipped from view for you. Sacrament of extreme unction. Ooh, yes. I think if you had held on to whatever this was that was having sort of an oppressive force in your life, you never would have gotten to the place where you'd finally be open to receive this blessing that wants to come in for you. I feel like this is a path that's going to be guiding you forward. And I feel like it's something that does connect whatever you're focused on spiritually at this time. It's sort of like when the spiritual becomes the material. I feel like you're rooting your spiritual life, your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual path with the physical mundane reality. And it's sort of like bringing a little bit of that heaven down to earth. And in doing so, I feel like it's opening up a new path for you, a new direction for you. For some of you, it's opening up a new career path. You feel like you're answering a calling I got. If you haven't gotten this calling yet, I feel like this call is about to come in. Maybe that's the piece of if you wouldn't have sort of cleared away what was making you focus all your time, your energy, and attention on tending to their needs, their desires, you never would have been even to able to kind of like create the space for you to listen and to receive this call, to be receptive to it. That 8:55 on the clock, I think there's a rapid change that's going to come in that's going to close the door on an old cycle, and you're going to get the memo, you know, that you need to head in a certain direction. You might have felt a little trepidation, or you might feel a little trepidation when this comes in. It feels like it's pretty imminent. If it hasn't already happened yet, this is coming up really soon. So I feel like initially there might be like a little hesitation because you might wonder, how can I possibly make this happen? How do I pull this off? I don't even know. I don't even know how to get from point A to point B. But there is something here about just trusting. Okay. I feel like you're going to trust and you're going to answer this call, and it causes something to rise up in you. All right. So you're definitely rooted, you're grounded in this. Ooh, and look at this. What is going on here? Like the lights wanted to go out again, like the light was dimming. You need a power up. I think you need to maybe like drink in some more earth energy. You might need to power up with earth energy. Okay. Like, actually, you might be used to doing a lot of grounding, but not drinking up earth energy to sort of like stabilize you, strengthen you, renew you, fortify you, okay? especially if you're starting to have these kinds of experiences where your crown chakra is really opening up and you're starting to have kind of visionary experiences, you're getting spiritual guidance. This could even be a particular guide that's coming in for you, okay? It's great to be grounded, but it's also important that you learn how to like allow yourself to drink up the earth energy and run that earth energy through your body, because it will really give you a certain strength that and solidity that can help you handle the up leveling. I feel like you're moving into greater expansion, okay? This also looks like, you know, the upper chakra channels are opening up here. So you may have had a block. You may have had a block in your power center. You may have had 11:11 on the clock, okay? You may have had a block because you were just being drained by some of the connections you had before. You may have had a block in Manipura, in your solar plexus chakra, and you're about to really get this to let go. You're doing something. Are you doing some kind of like maybe abdominal massage, or maybe you're working with a particular stone on your solar plexus? You might have even done something recently where you like released a cord of attachment. Maybe you released an old lover. You actually like you pulled something out at the root that was really like corded into your power center, into Manipura chakra, and this is allowing this energy to come up. And I feel like when it does, it's going to really like awaken your vision. You might have a lot of clairvoyance coming through for you. I am getting visionary, like you're going to see things in your mind's eye and then they're going to play out in material reality, because you got a little bit of that heaven on earth, bringing heaven down to earth, that as above, so below energy. Okay, so be prepared for that. It's a big up leveling. So do remember when you do grounding, you know, if you send down from your root chakra a grounding cord and you plug it into Earth's core, that's wonderful. It'll really like, you know, ground you out, anchor you. But remember to drink up that earth energy from the core, run it through your body. Take anything that's, you know, troubling you that needs to be earth, and just allow that earth energy to wash through you and wash it back down to the core of the earth to transform, be transmuted, composted, I like to say, in the core of the earth, and return to you as renewable energy. Okay, so remember to like continue to fill your own cup, because that'll give you a lot of strength and solidity that will help your nervous system handle this up leveling of energy, I feel. Right, and we got this other Pathfinder card here. What do we got? Tantra of 639 hertz. So yes, again, I'm picking this up, that you're really coming into this place of energetic balance within yourself. You're finding a nice balance between the masculine, the feminine aspects. And I'm really viewing this coming in for you in terms of energy equation. Okay, you're really learning how to conserve your energy, preserve your energy, and use your energy wisely. And this is bringing you into this beautiful state of balance, but it's also creating an activation of awakening. All right, an activation of awakening. You could be a Cancer rising. I just did a Cancer read, and they had a lot coming through about Kundalini rising experiences. So you could be about to have your first uncoiling, okay? Because I do see the crown is lit. And the first uncoiling is all about that. It's all about clearing the channel, okay? Because once you have your Kundalini activated, it never just occurs once. It's always something that happens in stages. And this actually could be preparing you for a future partner, or to go to a deeper level with a current partner where you can have a more soul satisfying connection with each other. I'm telling you, this light keeps dimming on my side. So I feel like, again, in the area of intimacy, there's always been an imbalance of power where maybe your partner's needs in the bedroom carry more precedence than your own needs. And I do feel like you're starting to get more in touch with that, what your own needs are for intimacy. And I feel like you're being prepared to enter into a connection or to renew a present connection on a level that's more satisfying, where both of your needs are met, and where it's not just about, carnal delights, although that's wonderful. But I feel like there's more soul connection here. There's more depth of intimacy. I just got flowering, which is just beautiful. I just have this image of this rose just like unfurling its petals. So there's something here about opening into the softness, of that vulnerability, and recognizing that in that vulnerability and that softness, there's just this tremendous awakening power. Again, look at this skull of light illumination. Okay, so there is an old cycle that is ended, and through the ending, you are arriving at this sort of like rebirth energy, renewal energy, and again, crown lit. Okay, so I do feel like you're about to have like an ascension kind of experience. So you might have Claire's awakening in you. You might feel like you have just a greater sense of awareness, intuition. You might be experiencing new sensations in your body. You might notice that you're more sensitive just on a tactile level. You might pick up a lot of things through your hands. You might be able to generate energy through your hands. Okay, all this coming in, all of the clairs, which can come through all of the senses. So there is this piece here about your senses really being heightened. And you did have that card go over these two cards. So what do we have here? We have the 5 of Wands to the 3 of Pentacles here. Okay, so this is what I would say. There's something here about needing to find a little bit more balance, though, so you don't burn out. Okay, you don't need to toil with this. You don't need to work with it. You don't need to try to force it along. You don't need to do all the things, do all the exercises, all the meditations, get it perfect just so. You don't need to work to make this happen. For you to experience this opening and expansion, all you need to do is give yourself over to the experience and release all that old heavy energy you're holding on to, and just allow yourself to move into softness. That's your key. All right. It's not about fighting it. It's about letting it flow and letting it open you. Okay. From the inside out. It's an unfurling. That's what you're experiencing. And it's very awakening for you. Let's see what your overarching theme is here. Ah, see? Cupio dissolving. Look at this. Look at all this beautiful light pouring into your heart center, all this nurturing energy. The breaths are all about nurturing, receiving that nurturing. You might especially connect with the archetype of the goddess, the feminine, the divine feminine. And this is really awakening to this within you, and just having this beautiful opening in the heart center. Roses coming through for you as a plant ally. So, you might want to buy yourself some roses. Just treat yourself to some roses to just honor the growth process you've been through and your bravery to move into that space of opening your heart again and allowing yourself to receive that nurturing and experiencing the beautiful connection of really being able to be aware of and able to tend to your needs. And I feel like you're being prepared for another to pour into you. But I think first what's coming in is this softening in the heart center. And once this softening and this release happens in your heart center, I feel that's when you're really going to have this energy move into the upper channels, and you're going to feel like you're very much having an awakening of your clairs. I'm getting visionary experiences, okay? And there's something here about the vision that comes through, gives you a vision of a soulmate you're meant to align with. You can't see it yet, but it's coming to you soon. Power up first, though, because once again, this light was dimming. So I feel like you need to, like, you're maybe a little burned out. Maybe you've been working really hard, or there's something you've been struggling with. Okay. So allow the earth to support you in this. Drink up that earth energy. Get yourself in a nice, strong, stable place. Make sure that when you start to open into expansion, you're also really nourishing your body so you can be nice and rooted. All right. And then your body will really be able to support this expansion. But there's something beautiful blooming in you, and it's bringing so much light and so much love to your heart.